Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the campus of Los Angeles Valley College for tonight's Western Conference clash between the Renegades of Bakersfield College and your Monarchs of LAVC. The starting lineups for today's game, beginning with the visiting Renegades. At guard, a 6'2" sophomore from Weston, Colorado, Vince D'Amelio. At guard, a 6'3" sophomore via Bakersfield, number 4, Tyrell Coleman. At guard, a 6-foot freshman from Miami Beach, number 11, St. Vincent. At forward, a 6'8" freshman from Delano, California, number 20, TJ Counts. And at forward, a 6'6" freshman from Compton, Dominguez, number 22, Keyshawn Bolin. And now the starting lineup for your Monarchs of LA Valley College. A sophomore standing 6'3" from Viewpoint High School, number 4, Cody Knox. A freshman standing 6'1" from Santa Barbara High School, number 10, Johnny Coleman II. A sophomore standing 6'5" from St. Andrews High School in Florida, number 14, Ivan Shmirenko. A freshman standing 6'3" from Providence High School, number 15, Jonas Holt. And a sophomore standing 6'4" from Minnetonka, Minnesota, number 23, John Martin. The Monarchs are coached by Virgil Watson in his 10th year, assisted by head assistant Val Camena and assistant coaches Andres De La Hoya, Gabino Quiroz, and Murphy Davis.
We thank you all for joining us this Saturday evening for Monarch Basketball. This is Brian Melblom alongside Jay Gauthier, I'd say for the first time ever, but we just did the women's game starting at 3 o'clock. It's great to have you with us again.
Thank you so much. The women's game was a great one with the Monarchs getting the victory. Now let's see if the men can do the same thing.
Going for the home sweep for the third time in a row in 2020. Ivan Shmerienko in to take the tip-off against TJ Counts for Bakersfield. 20 minutes on the game clock. Referee checks his whistle. And we are underway. Shmerienko winning the jump. Sends it back to Johnny Coleman. Thrown into the key. Holt lays it up and in for the first basket of the game, wasting no time with it. Monarchs up top, 2-0.
Nice start for the Monarchs, getting that ball inside quickly.
Bakersfield looking to answer quickly. St. Vincent, St. Filson is full first name. The team just call him Saint. Vincent, the three-point shot, no good. Rebound contested all over the place. Shmerienko diving for it, scoops it up and tosses it over to his teammate John Martins. Monarchs now with it again. Looking to score on their consecutive possessions there, but unfortunately Cody Knox took one too many steps. That's traveling, and Bakersfield will get it back. Cody Knox, the top scorer on the floor right now for the Monarchs. 15 points a game since conference play started. 12.6 overall. Monarchs, unfortunately, without their team high scoring averages in Micah Cooper and Greg Chu, both of them out at the moment. Monarchs come away with it after Bakersfield came up empty, but the pass in toward the key was intercepted by Keyshawn Bolin. A three-point attempt for Bakersfield on the other side, no good. Offensive rebound, though, grabbed by Tyrell Coleman, and he lays it up and in off the glass. We have a tie game, 2-2, 18:21 left in the first half. Coleman hits the afterburners in the paint, passes it over to John Martins, who lays it up and in.
Great job attacking in the inside.
Basket for Martin, assist for Coleman. It's 4-2 Monarchs. Bakersfield with it. TJ Counts hands it off behind her to Vince D'Amelio. D'Amelio drives, flows it back out to Tyrell Coleman. Back and forth in the key. And 3 seconds in the key called against Bakersfield. An unforced error costs them possession, and a turnover gifted to the Monarchs. How does that happen?
Well, it looked like they were making a move, and so it's getting inside position. Then they don't end up shooting it, and then they don't get out of there fast enough. And coaches hate to see that, though. You hate those unforced errors.
Coleman's layup went over the rim and off the glass. He grabbed his own rebound, though, and Monarchs will continue. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Three-pointer good by Cody Knox. Assist to John Martins. Monarchs out with a 5-point lead, 7-2. Monarchs making Bakersfield pay for giving up the ball in the 3-second violation. But they will get a... There's a foul on the play. It looks to be an offensive one. Keyshawn Bolin. Yes, indeed.
Renegade foul.
Picks up his first foul, the first foul of the game for either team.
Great job of standing in there by the Monarchs, not allowing that drive, just outside the restricted area.
Kept the feet planted and drew the foul, got the ball back. Just under 3 minutes played here in the first half. Shmerienko for the Monarchs sets things up. The pass over to Coleman, but there was a loose ball foul called against Bakersfield. Javier Gallardo just checked in. 6'8" freshman forward from Liberty High School, a Bakersfield, California native. Ball back in play. Monarchs moving it quickly around the perimeter. The pass to the inside, looking for Cody Knox. Gets swiped away by Jordan Andrews, and quickly the other direction. Bakersfield driving coast to coast with Tyrell Coleman.
Ball out of bounds.
His layup went out of bounds, and it'll be Monarchs ball on the baseline. Michael Guillory checking in, replacing Tyrell Coleman. Guillory from Pearland, Texas, a 6'2" sophomore guard. And you mentioned in warm-ups, Jay, just the size of this Bakersfield team. They've got numerous players above 6 feet tall. Meanwhile, Cody Knox drains a three-pointer. It's 10-2 LA Valley. But what do you think of that with just the size of this team there? How's Valley going to have to work around that?
Well, you definitely got to try to force the ball out as far as possible and not let them get deep in the paint, because then you're going to have, well, we got away with traveling on that one, but
Javier Gallardo committing the turnover.
You get the ball in too deep, and then you're going to have some foul issues, so you got to force them out.
Just about 16 minutes to play. Ivan Shmerienko for three gets fouled in the process. Isaiah Aris, the 6'5" sophomore guard from Chicago, fouled him beyond the arc. So Shmerienko gets to shoot three from the line. Silence befalls the South Gym as the first free throw is no good. We thank you all for tuning in. We're streaming live on YouTube and airing on the radio as well. 95.1 FM, KVCM on tape delay at least. That's again 95.1 FM, KVCM, Monarch Radio, the voice of Valley College. Shmerienko 2 for 3 from the line. Monarchs now with a 10-point lead early. 4 minutes played, and it's 12-2. LA Valley with the early double-digit lead. And again, at 95.1 FM on campus or in the Valley Glen area, and of course on the TuneIn Radio app, as Bakersfield hits a 3 of their own. Vince D'Amelio getting on the board. The 6'2 sophomore guard from Weston, Colorado. 12-5 Monarchs, 15.5 minutes left in the first half. Cody Knox from Martins. The 3-point shot, no good. In there, Shmerienko looking to get that rebound, but ultimately Javier Gallardo controls it for the Renegades. And they have it now in the Monarchs backcourt. Driving to his right was Vince D'Amelio. He hands it off to Michael Guillory, who drives into the paint. His jump shot is good.
Michael Guillory.
12-7 with 5 minutes played here in this ball game. Coleman fakes the mid-range jumper, hands it back to Shmerienko. Now to Knox, matched up against Michael Guillory, driving into the paint. The pass to Knox gets away as he's dropping it back. And now the other direction, a slam dunk on the fast break by Isaiah Harris.
Costly turnover.
Absolutely. Made him pay for it in just a few seconds. Now it's a one-possession game once again. 14:23 on the game clock in this first half, and it's 12-9 Monarchs. Coleman out on the left wing. Brings it up top to Holt. Drives it inside the arc. Shot falls well short of the rim.
Ball out of bounds.
Maybe tipped by a Bakersfield defender on its way, but either way, the Renegades get the ball on their own baseline.
After a strong start, you got the Monarchs looking out of sync on the last couple offensive possessions.
CJ Sears and Leandre McIntyre Jr. checking in for Valley. Sears, 5'10 sophomore. I believe we had him listed as a freshman for some reason. We apologize for misrepresenting the last two broadcasts. Anyway, from Bishop Alemany High School. As Isaiah Harris' shot is no good, rebounded by the Monarchs. Back the other way, the reverse layup is good by John Martins. 14-9 Monarchs, 13:37 on the game clock. And also is Leandre McIntyre Jr., the 6'6 freshman from Durango High School in Nevada, checking in today. Jordan Andrews just inside the arc, circles the rim halfway, won't go in. Offensive rebound by Javier Gallardo. His putback doesn't fall, and now Martins will bring it back. Martins to Coleman, driving right through the middle, splits a couple of defenders, almost goes out of bounds. Gets into the hands of Leandre McIntyre Jr., who deflects it off of a Bakersfield player on its way out of bounds. So Monarchs will keep the ball with 20 seconds on the shot clock. 13:07 left in the half. A bunch of subs on the Bakersfield side. Get you caught up on those as soon as we can. Meanwhile, Knox hits a mid-range jumper to make it 16-9. Tyrell Coleman to Michael Guillory on the outside. His three-pointer won't go.
Ball out of bounds, award to the Monarchs. Checking in for the Monarchs, number 50.
There was a foul on the play, not just out of bounds.
Correction.
It was
foul on the play on number 22, Kayshawn Bolin of the Renegades.
Bolin for Bakersfield. Picks up his second personal foul.
Jonas Holt.
Now Bakersfield with 4 team fouls. Monarchs have not committed one.
Now's the time that Monarchs need to stay aggressive and take advantage of that situation.
Just over 7 minutes played, I should say. Again, 16-9 Monarchs. Holding it just outside of the key, driving in, jumping up to shoot the layup is Leandre McIntyre Jr. It falls in, 18-9, and quickly on the transition the other way, Bakersfield threw a pass that landed right at the feet of Isaiah Harris and rolls out of bounds. They shot themselves in the foot, in this case actually passing
30 seconds
in the foot.
Called by the Renegades.
Either way, it's Monarchs ball. 18-9 as they finally call a timeout to get things settled.
Really good start for the Monarchs overall.
Absolutely there, Jay. And a special thank you to Derek Arias upstairs filling in. He's the basketball team videographer, but we have tapped into his camera to bring the game to you. We do have some helpful volunteers from the LA Valley College Broadcasting Club helping us out on our last few days of Monarch basketball broadcasts. You can get involved too as Monarchs throw it away on the ensuing possession, so that turnover not so costly by Bakersfield as Monarchs give it right back. But you can get involved with this in the spring semester. Register for live remote broadcasting, or I believe it's called Broadcasting Field Studies here at LA Valley College. I know the field works broadcasting 81, 82, or 83 for 1, 2, or 3 units respectively. Reach out to Jason Beaton, also known as Mr. B, if you need any more info.
Renegade foul on number 15.
Of course, our website, lavc.edu.
Second, the team's fifth. Ivan Shmerenko checking in for the Monarchs.
Of course, our students, our broadcasting department, a huge part of bringing Monarch athletics to you wherever you might be. So if you want to get involved, check those out. Turned over around mid-court. Bakersfield with a couple layup attempts that just won't fall. Finally, it ends up going out of bounds.
Ball out of bounds, awarded to the
Athletic play there as Isaiah Harris leaping for it over the sideline. Ends up a few rows into the bleachers. No harm done there to himself or any fans. But Valley lucky to come away with the ball after that sequence. Still 18-9, 11:35 left in the half. Holt tried to lay it up. It was tipped away, I believe, by TJ Counts of Bakersfield. And they rebound. Goes back over on the Monarchs side of the court. Bakersfield looking to close in on this Monarchs team. They do still trail the Monarchs by 9. 8 seconds on the shot clock. The layup blocked by, I believe, Shmerienko of the Monarchs. I don't know why the shot clock reset there. In any case, the follow-up shot was certainly off the rim. Trying to quickly bring it up the other way. Jonas Holt threw it up court, but it was well over the head of Ivan Shmerienko and ultimately caught by Renegades head coach Rick Hughes on the sidelines. No player was anywhere close to being able to play it.
On the other hand, though, he was wide open. So.
Right to him. Didn't have to move much. Bakersfield have it again. And traveling called against St. Vincent. Too many steps. 10:50 to go now. Monarchs still up 18-9. Haven't seen a field goal in a while. No free throws either. That foul called most recently against Isaiah Harris. So that makes it 5 team fouls for Bakersfield.
It's going to be over the back.
Monarchs foul on number 12, Leandre McIntyre Jr.
Indeed, McIntyre Jr. going for the rebound.
Coleman, the second.
Reached over the back of his opponent, and that's not allowed. Coleman checking back in for LA Valley. Driving, Vincent. Gives it to D'Amelio. D'Amelio again, now over to Coleman in the corner. Vincent up to Guillory, who drives and lays it up and in. 11 points now for his team, 18-11. Coleman setting something up for Valley. Knox driving to the top of the key. Finds Shmerienko on the right side of the paint. He gives it to McIntyre. His layup won't fall. Offensive, almost got an offensive board. But Bakersfield come away with it, but then throw it away. They wanted a tripping foul against Valley, but will not get it.
Checking in for the Renegades, number 25.
Big Javier Gallardo checking back in.
4, Tyrell
One of 2 players listed at 6'8" for Bakersfield. The other being TJ Counts, number 20, who started today. We'll see if they kind of swap in and out for each other. Coleman brings it up court for LA Valley. Over to Knox in the left wing. Martins around the perimeter. Now Coleman again on the right side. Dribbling to the top of the key. McIntyre Jr. for 3, a little strong. Offensive rebound, Martins. And a fresh 30 seconds on the shot clock for Valley. Out to Knox, 3-pointer, a little strong and off the glass as well. This time rebounded by Bakersfield. I believe Gallardo scooping it up. 9:20 to go in the half. Quickly, Vince D'Amelio went for a 3 of his own, and that won't fall. 18-11 Monarchs. 9:10 on the game clock. The pass by Coleman gets broken up around the paint. And Bakersfield with it again. D'Amelio along the sideline. Across the court from the Valley bench. Finds Coleman, who shoots for 3. It won't go. Martin's now driving. Wanted a blocking foul against Tyrell Coleman. Yes. But nothing there. Players tumbling over midcourt. Fake shot by Tyrell Coleman. And then Ivan Shmerienko blocked his shot.
To the Monarchs.
Went out of bounds off of a Bakersfield player.
For the Renegades.
A big block there, and Monarchs come away with possession.
15, Holt,
a lot of action on the court, not a lot of scoring, though, going on at this moment.
Indeed.
It's back and forth.
About 10.5 minutes played. 18-11, Valley on top of Bakersfield. Coleman, frozen at the wing, drives, takes 2 steps in from the 3-point line, right on top of that little crown logo between the arc and the paint, and hits one for 2. 20-11. Bakersfield's Coleman with it on the left wing. Going around the horn. Now in the far corner is Vince D'Amelio. Back around, 7 to shoot. 7 seconds on the shot clock. The pass by Blake Van Uden. Although he checked in from Auckland, New Zealand. 6'3" guard and a sophomore.
4, Tyrell Coleman.
Anyway, his pass got stolen by Cody Knox. And then Knox draws a he draws a foul against Tyrell Coleman, the other number 4 on the court, the red jersey. So 16 fouls for Bakersfield to 1 for Valley. Just under 8 minutes to play in the half. Coleman again steps up just inside the arc, takes the 2-pointer.
Doing a great job of using the screens on top. They're setting for him, just little side steps to the right. He's wide open.
On the other side, Tyrell Coleman hits a mid-range jumper, answering to Coleman's shot. 22-13, 7:20 on the game clock. Coleman fakes a 3-pointer and then dribbles. Backs it up and hands it over to Martins. CJ Sears back into the game, by the way. Now Martins from the free throw line falls short, but grabbing the rebound is Coleman, who drives and lays it up and in. 24-13.
Great activity by Coleman underneath. He's very active all over the floor.
He has been all over the place indeed. Coleman now with 6 points for his team, who lead by 11. Blake Van Uden gives it over to Coleman in the corner. 8 seconds on the shot clock. 3-pointer won't go. Coleman again with it. Gets the rebound. Throws it. A Hail Mary type pass over the half-court line into the hands of C.J. Sears. Sends it to Holt. Then Martins to the net. Martins has 6 points now. The Monarchs up 26-13.
Putting together a
This
nice
time,
run, pulling ahead.
the Monarchs call a 30-second timeout.
Towards the Monarchs.
6:22 left in the first half. Monarchs with a comfortable 13-point lead, doubling up the Bakersfield Renegades, 26-13. Bakersfield will inbound from their own baseline. We'll bring it up court. Just over 6 minutes to play in the half. As far as the stakes for this game, Monarchs on a little bit of a winning streak as the layup just will not fall in. Tyrell Coleman was right up there. Almost could have dunked that ball. He was so close, but went off the glass and into the Monarchs' hands. Holt for three. Bounces wide, but he gets his own rebound now at the free throw line. He passes it back to Sears. Coleman now on the left wing. Fakes to his right, goes to his left. Now the pass over the paint to Sears. Just inside the arc, shoots and scores. It's 28-13. That's the first basket of the game for Sears. Quickly the other way, Michael Guillory answers. 28-15. As I was starting to say, LA Valley tied for fourth place with Antelope Valley College, both of them with 3-2 conference records. LA Valley 15-4 overall. Coleman driving to the paint. His layup was blocked by Michael Guillory and rebounded by Vince D'Amelio. 5 minutes to play. Three-pointer for Bakersfield, good. Coleman assisted by Guillory after the block. The two of them involved with the block and rebound. Block, rebound, assist, and a basket. 28-18. Monarchs still with a double-digit lead. About 4.5 to play in the half. Holt for three, a little bit strong. And tipped back to him by Shimerienko. I think you could give him the rebound for that controlled tip. Smacking it back toward Holt, who's going to check out. Good effort there. And now Coleman will inbound it. But I was saying Valley 3-2 in conference play, the Western State Conference South Division, and 15-4 overall. Bakersfield in 7th out of 8 with a 1-4 conference record, although 13-6 overall.
Held ball.
It's a jump ball, the held ball causing it, and Bakersfield having the possession arrow will get the ball on their own baseline. Beg your pardon, Monarchs have won their last one game. Bakersfield lost their last two. The Renegades, meanwhile, Isaiah Harris ends up within the paint, lays it up and in, and draws a foul against Cody Knox, so he'll go for a three-point play as they have cut the Monarchs' lead back down to single digits. 28-20 Valley with 4:08 to play.
Valley doesn't want to lose their intensity here the last part of the half.
Notably, it's been a few minutes with no fouls called against Bakersfield. Thought, Monarchs being in the bonus with 7 minutes left in the half might have come into play earlier, but it still has not. Monarchs, they're playing physically, I would say, just really driving in there. Well, there's an outside shot, right as I say that. Sears, his three-pointer won't go. And then the chase for the rebound, Coleman commits a foul against Aarons. So 6-3 now on team fouls. Bakersfield with 3 more than Valley.
John Martin's checking in for the Monarchs.
Cody Knox, the leading scorer on the court right now for Valley with 8 points. Coleman and Martins each have 6. Vince D'Amelio, guarded by the other number 3, C.J. Sears. Ball comes out to Coleman. His 3-point shot, no good, and now a foul called. Now we're going to see some bonus shots. Michael Guillory getting called for a hold as players were fighting for the rebound.
John Martins to the line to shoot the 1-and-1.
.326 to go, 28-20, and Martins drawing the foul will shoot 1-and-1. It won't go. So Bakersfield will bring it back. Coleman grabbing the rebound. What do you do here if you're Bakersfield? A few minutes left in the half, down by 8.
Well, the main thing you want to do is definitely try to close it in as tight as possible going into halftime, so you set yourself up for a good second half.
Coleman's short-range shot wouldn't go, but the offensive rebound by Bakersfield results in Eris putting one in, 28-22, down to a 2-possession game once again.
The Monarchs need to try to get the ball inside, take advantage of the foul situation, not just settle for threes.
Absolutely. There's a drive into the paint, but quickly shot and an air ball by Knox, rebounded by Vincent. Played up ahead, Bakersfield frantically fighting their way back into this one as Eris with another layup. He now has 8 points for his team. Coleman gets it over the timeline and finally gets the timeout he was calling as Michael Guillory was cornering him along the sideline and the half-court line. 2:24 to go. Each team now called one timeout of their 6 allowed in the game. 28-24. Beg your pardon, that's the second one called by Monarchs. So they have 4 left. Bakersfield have 5.
Bakersfield has clawed their way right back into this one when it looked like the Monarchs were going to start running away with it.
Indeed, they trailed by 12 at one point. If my memory serves me, that's their deepest deficit. Now they're just 2 possessions away. Valley with some luck here. They beg your pardon. 15-4 overall, as we mentioned. They won one game. They lost at West LA last Saturday, the 18th. But pretty good showing so far. As you know, as we mentioned, 4-1 in conference. West LA lost today, or their most recent game. So it's they're 4-2. So this is a good chance for the Monarchs to really take control of their destiny here. We could go 4-2. Could tie them up with West LA, who played one more game than LA Valley. We'll catch up on some of that at halftime as play resumes. Just over a couple minutes left in this first half. McIntyre Jr. for 3. Again, they're just shooting from the outside, not capitalizing on that foul situation.
Yeah, you're not going to get a lot of fouls from beyond the 3-point line.
Not a lot. Another case. Now Bakersfield for 3, in and out. Vincent wouldn't get it, and a rebound by Coleman. He'll bring it up. Knox, and then back to Coleman. Martins was setting a screen. Instead, Coleman passes it back over to Knox. Monarchs just moving it all around the perimeter. Now it goes inside the arc to Martins. Back out to Sears. A little give and go. Sears inside. Pass to McIntyre Jr. McIntyre's shot won't go. And then in the fight for the rebound, Martins commits a foul, and Bakersfield will come away unscathed. Minute and a half to go in the first half. 28-24 Monarchs over the Bakersfield. I almost said the Condors. Bakersfield Renegades. I'm thinking of American Hockey League. In any case, layup and one. Isaiah Harris looks to make this a 1-point game if he can hit his free throw.
Momentum has totally shifted here on the side of Bakersfield.
They have clawed their way all the way back into this one.
Checking in for the Monarchs, number 15, Ivan Shmerenko.
Shmerenko will check back in as McIntyre heads to the Monarch bench. Isaiah Arias looking for the three-point play. Does not fall in. Martins with the rebound, up ahead to Coleman. Coleman back to Martins, driving into the paint. The underhanded layup is good. The Monarchs said, okay, right back at you, Bakersfield. 30-26, and 1 minute to go in the half.
Great play there by the Monarchs. That's what they need to do more of, get back to what was working.
Get the rebound, make a couple good passes, and just drive to the net. 47 on the shot, the game clock, excuse me. 5 seconds to shoot for Bakersfield. They take it from the outside. Guillory, his three-point attempt will not go. Cody Knox with the rebound. Shot clock still ahead of the game clock. Shmerenko on the left wing sends it to Sears in the corner. Back around the other way. The corner right in front of the Bakersfield bench. Knox to Sears to Martins. Back to Knox. Layup with his left hand off the glass.
Cody Knox
falls through the basket. 32-26. Shot clock turned off.
Good
10 seconds. Go ahead.
Back cut option there. That was really nice running the baseline.
Bakersfield bench counting down the game clock. The drive into the basket. Offensive foul. Martins kept his feet planted, and Guillory bowls him over.
Number 1 for the Renegades, Michael Guillory.
Offensive foul, so no free throws. 32-26 with 0.2 seconds left in this first half. Monarchs stretching their lead out a little bit and getting some key stops to hit the brakes on this storming Renegade squad, fighting their way back from double-digit deficit. They opt not to Hail Mary it and take a last-second shot. Last 0.2 of a second shot, if we're being even more specific. So it's halftime, 32-26. Monarchs leading most of this half, but it's become a lot closer as the half wound down than when it started.
It seems that neither team has really figured out what's going to get them the strategy that they need. They're both seemingly still searching for that answer offensively.
Well, we'll get our halftime stats for you, courtesy of the LA Valley College stat crew. That's, I believe, Michael Gonzalez on the official book, and then the live stats by Valerie Gauthier. You heard of her? And
yeah, I know her kind of well, yes.
Jay Gauthier, of course, are filling in on color today. Great to have you with us. And Francine Morales, also the other half of that legendary LA Valley College stat crew. And here we are. As we mentioned, 32-26 on the scoreboard. 21 rebounds by Valley for Bakersfield's 15, both of them with 5 offensive rebounds. Tied 16-16 for points in the paint. Pretty close everywhere else. Valley with 7 second chance points, after offensive rebounds. 7 points off of turnovers to 4 and 6 in those same categories for Bakersfield. 4 points for Valley on the fast break versus Bakersfield's 2. Renegades, though, with 16 points off of the bench for the Monarchs' 4. Interesting there. Other players to keep an eye on. 2 players with 10 points in this game. That's Isaiah Harris for Bakersfield and Cody Knox for Valley.
So especially for Valley, they're going to have to make those adjustments. They're getting outscored on the bench play. That's why they got off to the fast start. They're going to have to figure out either a different substitution pattern or something to stop that in the second half. Monarchs shooting 46.7% from the field. That's 14 for 30.
35.3% for Bakersfield. Maybe some of those resulting from the those melees as attempted putbacks that wouldn't fall. But the Bakersfield team just 20% from beyond the arc, 2 for 10. And the Monarchs not much better, 2 for 9, 22.2%. Other players to watch, of course, Johnny Coleman has been all over the floor. Has 6 points, but also 5 assists. That's a game high, and 4 rebounds, 2 on offense.
A very good activity by Coleman out there. He's kind of made Valley go, and they're going to have to keep looking to keep him on the floor as much as possible.
We'll take a short break here. It's halftime. Monarchs 32-26 over the Bakersfield College Renegades. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a minute. We are back. This is Monarch Basketball live on YouTube and delayed on 95.1 FM KVCM Monarch Radio, the voice of Valley College. Again, this is Brian Melblom with you for today's Monarchs basketball games. As we mentioned, the women victorious against Bakersfield College in the 3 p.m. contest today, this Saturday, January 25th. We're at halftime of the men's game right now. Monarchs with a 32-26 lead over Bakersfield. They led by as much as 15 points. There was 5:44 left in the first half. Bakersfield able to claw their way back and get back within single digits. Around the rest of the conference, Santa Barbara falling to LA Pierce College 93-67, and Moore Park victorious over Cuesta College 85-76. In the South Division of this Western State Conference, we've got Santa Monica 108-73 over Glendale. College of the Canyons defeating West LA 87-84. And in the start of the second half, Citrus leads Antelope Valley 52-39. Later tonight, 7 p.m., Oxnard College playing at Ventura. Check out westernstateconference.com for all those out-of-town scores as they pertain to the Monarchs' chances in the postseason. Just 4 minutes to go before the game resumes here. And once again, our baseball team victorious today and yesterday. That's first 2 games of the season. They defeated Oxnard College. So a good start. The home and home first opening day was the first game of the season here, and then their second game, opening day for Oxnard over at their yard. Monarchs picking up a couple of wins early. Good start for the season, and head coach Dave Malice. We'll see what they have in store this coming season. Of course, you can find all of our schedules online at lavc.edu/athletics. There you'll find that the Monarchs' next home basketball games are here Saturday, February 1st, as the Lady Monarchs and the men's team take on Citrus College at 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. respectively. In the middle of that, though, Wednesday, January 29th, they're playing at Antelope Valley College. So, again, find the whole schedule there, lavc.edu/athletics. If you like what you're hearing and seeing, you want to make it even better, just become a part of these athletics broadcasts. Reach out to our athletic department or our broadcasting department. Jason Beaton would love to hear from you. Get you registered for the appropriate classes. I do know offhand a form of independent study type broadcasting. I think it's called field studies. In any case, broadcasting 81, 82, and 83 for 1, 2, or 3 units respectively. And of course, the live remote broadcasting course, also back to life after a hiatus of a couple of years. Very excited to bring Monarchs athletics to you over the airwaves, or the digital airwaves, whatever you want to call them. Video, radio. And we, of course, thank you all for tuning in. If you haven't done so on our YouTube channel, please click that subscribe button. If you're not there, if you're listening to the radio broadcast of this, go to YouTube and just type in LAVC Athletics, or more specifically, LAVC MBB for men's basketball, LAVC WBB for women's basketball. You'll find our archived broadcast from earlier this calendar year. Check him out, and again, click that subscribe button. We love growing our audience. Just about a minute left of halftime. Monarchs, again, up by 6. It's 32-26. Bakersfield Renegades fighting their way back from a 15-point deficit. The Monarchs looking to stay in control
be
20
interesting
more
to
minutes of
see
basketball
here,
to go. Yes, go ahead, Jay Gothier.
is who made the adjustments at halftime. That's what we're going to find out in the first few minutes of this second half.
What's each team going to be doing differently?
Exactly.
What worked, what didn't work? How are the Monarchs going to get some more points off of the bench? They're out.
We mentioned earlier the size of Bakersfield, but that really was not the factor in the first half.
Certainly not. Surprising there. Well, Shmerienko will inbound it for Valley, who have the possession arrow for the second half. Big thanks to the rest of our crew here, of course. Playing the tunes all night, another broadcasting student, Jorge Flores. Thankful to have all the talented Valley Broadcasting Club students along with us for these sportscasts. 10 seconds on the shot clock. John Martin's driving into the paint. He's going to have a 3-second violation. I was counting that in my head before the ref blew his whistle. I just kind of froze there in the paint, couldn't figure out where to go, and time ran out on him. What do you think about all that there?
Well, the Monarchs started off with a nice motion offense, setting some screens and moving, but then Bakersfield was able to do some nice switching.
They now have the ball. Illegal screen called against them, however. Keyshawn Bolin, 6'6" freshman forward from Compton, California, Dominguez High School. Picks up his third foul and will check out of the game. Coleman brings it up court. He has it again. He's been all over the place this game, notably on the score sheet. Knox back to Coleman at the top. Into Martins in the paint. This time he gets the shot off and lays it up and in.
Good sealing out by Martins in there to get good position deep inside.
Got the shot off in time and in the right place. 34-26, just over a minute played in the second half. Michael Guillory to the left side of the key. Puts it up, bounces back into the hands of Isaiah Arias.
Got to be able to put a body on somebody and box them out. That did not happen that time, resulting in the second chance putback.
So it's 34-28 now. Knox right at the elbow. The shot won't fall. Tyrell Coleman gets the rebound. Bakersfield with a chance to chip away at the Monarchs' lead again. Into the paint, drawing a foul was St. Filson Vincent, better known as Saint by his teammates. Drew a foul against Cody Knox, his second personal.
Yeah, Coleman actually blocked the ball, but Knox got him on the body going up.
First free throw is good. Vincent will get one more. That's his first point of the game, incidentally. He's 2 for 2. 34-30 now. 18 minutes in the second half. Martins right in the key. Draws a foul as he's jumping up to make a layup. Vince D'Amelio hit him.
Twice in a row now they've gotten it deep into Martins. They're looking to get it to him early in the offense.
Martins hits his first free throw. That gives him 11 points on the game. Has 2 assists on the halftime stats, as well as 5 rebounds, 1 on offense. 36-30. He gets them both. Reverse layup underneath the rim by, I believe that was Guillory. It wouldn't fall, but the follow-up is good. Arias again with the offensive rebound and a putback. Monarchs lead down to 4 again.
So second chance points that the Monarchs need to stop down there, or it's going to be a tough game.
Coleman with 10 on the shot clock. Breaks to his left, drops it back to the top of the key to Knox, who nails a three-pointer. Way to hit the brakes on the Bakersfield momentum. Monarchs up by 7 now, extending their lead for the first time this half. Or that lead they came into the half with anyway. Meanwhile, Guillory just inside the paint drops one in for his team. 16:49 on the second half game clock. It's 39-34. For three, Holt misses it off of the rim, and Coleman scoops up the rebound. That's Tyrell Coleman, by the way. I just realized we have halfway through the game, we've got Colemans on both sides of the court. I'll mention their first names going forward. D'Amelio's layup off of the flange behind the rim, and Monarchs rebound. Johnny Coleman's layup doesn't count because he traveled beforehand. Monarchs up by 5. Just over 16 to play. There's an official timeout. I guess there was a really wet spot on the floor just outside of the paint that was overlooked. So the refs called time just for everybody's safety. Bakersfield will get it on the sideline with 24 on the shot clock. How does that affect your offense? You know, you see these unusual stoppages, and you know, the team have to take the ball out of bounds on the sideline and resume with a shortened shot clock. Does that have a big effect on things, or is it really not that big a deal if it's just once every now and then?
Well, sometimes it can bail you out if you've got nothing going. You can kind of reset, but in this particular case, it probably didn't make much of a difference one way or the other.
I guess if you don't see shoulder shrugs or hands up, like, what are you blowing the whistle for? You know, nothing, no harm really done there. Michael Guillory's shot falls well short of the rim. Offensive rebound and a putback attempt still won't go. The third time's a charm, though, as I believe that was Bolin who put it in. Yes, indeed, he gets his first 2 points of the game.
So Bakersfield is continuing to punish on the offensive boards.
Knox for three, has a big answer for it. Putting the Monarchs lead back to 2 possessions, 6 points if we're being specific. 5 minutes played in the half. It's 42-36. Monarchs seeming to have an answer for every Bakersfield basket thus far. Bakersfield will pick up a foul on the drive to the basket. It was a block by Jonas Holt. So St. Vincent will shoot a pair of free throws.
Holt tried to get position there, but the ref was pointing that he was in the restricted area, so we're going to have a blocking.
There you have it. Vincent's first one is good. He has 3 points so far now. McIntyre checks back in, replacing Holt. Second one's also good. Just under 15 minutes. It's 42-38. Knox sends it to Johnny Coleman at the top. He gives it to Martins. They go back and forth with it. Johnny Coleman driving, freezes, has to get it away within 5 seconds. He does. CJ Sears with it, 7 on the shot clock, drives to his left, loses the ball, gets tangled up in a held ball situation. So you can give the steal to Vincent of Bakersfield for tying up Sears and earning possession by the arrow. Unfortunate turnover there. Sears was driving. Maybe the ball went off his toe or something. It did not bounce up high as if a solid dribble. So Bakersfield with a gift look to capitalize on it. Around the perimeter they go. In toward the paint and then back out a couple of times. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Guillory for three, won't go. Offensive rebound by Gallardo. At least initially, and it was turned over. Martin's now driving the other way. Sears back to McIntyre. Into Martins, who draws a foul. Gallardo was guarding him and just knocked him down.
It's one of those obvious fouls there. He knew it as soon as he did it.
No dispute there. D'Amelio checking back in for Vincent. That's Gallardo's second personal foul. Team foul is pretty close. Bakersfield with 3, Valley with 2. 13:44 in the second half. LA Valley with 42, Bakersfield with 38 points. Donnie Coleman inbounds it to Martins. Martins to Knox, back to Martins just outside of the key. Good. 44-38. Bounced a couple times, but eventually fell in. There's Vince D'Amelio for 3. Left of the rim, or off the rim, left of center. And tipped out of bounds by Gallardo, so it's a Valley ball. Johnny Coleman will bring it up court. McIntyre to his left. Setting up shop right at the top of the key. Coleman goes left and then right. McIntyre's a screen, then gives it to McIntyre over the paint. Bakersfield wanted a traveling call. Fadeaway jump shot well short of the rim. Maybe Gallardo got a piece of it. Either way, Bakersfield come away with the rebound and the ball now in the hands of Guillory. Now Bolin on the far sideline away from the benches. Guillory back to D'Amelio. 9 on the shot clock. Guillory driving. Back out to D'Amelio. Guillory again. Back and forth they go with it. The shot was at the free throw line, or it looked like he changed his mind and looked to pass. Either way, it's deflected in traffic, and the Monarchs come away with it. Martin's layup quickly was no good, but rebounded, and now Monarchs will slow things down a bit. Looks like we have a foul called against Gallardo. That's his third. I heard the double chirp out of the referee's whistle. I was expecting an offensive foul or some type of turnover. Usually you hear the double tweet for an offensive turnover foul, and just a regular long one, a single one for the defense. Right off the inbound pass, as I'm talking about whistles, Knox banks one in. And Monarchs lead by 8. Just under 12 minutes to play in the second half. It's 46-38. Is that just me, or you noticed that with the whistle pattern too?
A little bit. Knox has been big for them right now, for the Monarchs in the second half. He's got a good, I believe 8 points.
18 points in the game. Tyrell Coleman was attempting a three-point shot. Did not fall in, but in a loose ball foul goes against Leandre McIntyre Jr. for the Monarchs. That's his third personal, the team's third as well. So the dead ball rebound goes to Bakersfield, of course. Quickly off of the inbound pass, Tyrell Coleman couldn't sink his three-pointer. Offensive rebound by Bakersfield, and the putback won't go in. There comes Johnny Coleman. Both Colemans on the floor at the moment. Martins over to Knox for 3. A little bit strong. But Monarchs come away with the ball as Bakersfield couldn't control the rebound and went over the baseline.
Knox needs to just keep shooting that.
Indeed, he's looking up his. He has 2 for 4 in the first half for 3-pointers rather, and certainly a presence on offense for Valley. Monarchs came up empty on that possession, and now Bakersfield will try to continue clawing their way back into this one. A 3-pointer by D'Amelio will certainly help, as they now just trail by 5, 46-41, under 11 minutes to play. Martin's right underneath the rim. Couldn't lay it up, but he does draw a foul against TJ Counts.
Good push of the tempo there. Getting in there before the defense was set.
Got a box out.
Martins will get a pair of free throws. First one's good. That's 15 points for him now. Holt back into the game for the Monarchs, and Guillory in for Bakersfield, replacing Holt and Tyrell Coleman respectively. Martin's 2 for 2 at the line. 16 points for him. 48-41 on the scoreboard. For 3 again, D'Amelio, this time to the right of center on the rim. And it rolls out of bounds and into Monarchs' possession.
So for the Monarchs, it's been all Martin and Knox in the second half here so far as offense. Knox is currently on the bench, so they're going to have to find some help.
Indeed they will. Johnny Coleman with it along the 3-point line. Finds Martins his layup off of the glass. Rebounded by McIntyre. His reverse layup won't go. Give the rebound to Counts on the Bakersfield side. 10 minutes to go. 48-41 Monarchs. You're watching on YouTube and listening on 95.1 FM KVCM Monarch Radio, the voice of Valley College. Also on the TuneIn app. Layup by Counts won't go. Gets his own rebound. A second try also misses, and Johnny Coleman gets the rebound. Plays it out to Holt. Thought about the 3-pointer, then drives. It's tipped out of bounds by D'Amelio. Monarchs will keep the ball. Shmerienko for Monarchs and Gallardo for the Renegades, both checking in. Players attending to another wet spot on the floor. Certainly any moisture on this hardwood floor, as with any gym, can be dangerous. So taking care to keep it clean and keep everyone safe. Some dispute about the inbound pass. What are they disputing here?
Well, the Bakersfield coach is saying that he can't move when he's on the inline. But the refs obviously are not hearing it. They're not agreeing with him.
It looks like Monarchs will get another chance. Johnny Coleman looking for a receiver. Finds Ivan Shmerienko, who draws a foul.
Looked like the ball actually went off the bottom of the backboard on the inbounds on that one.
That's a weird trajectory. Michael Guillory gets called for his 3rd foul, and now, once again, 16 fouls for Bakersfield, this time with 9 minutes and 28 seconds left in the half. You think we'll see the Monarchs start to drive in and force these fouls again like we had talked.
Well, that's what they should have done in the first half, and it did not happen. We'll see if they learn their lesson.
We'll take a look. All right. Yet another try. Johnny Coleman heaves it over everyone's head, and now Jonas Holt connects. Shmerienko back to Holt for three. No good. Bounces up high off of the top of the backboard. Not over it, though, so the ball's still in play. Contesting for it was Gallardo and Johnny Coleman. I believe Johnny gets a foul on it. Indeed, he does.
Monarchs might want to look to get the ball when they have Gallardo on Bakersfield guarding towards the top of the key. They might want to look to get the ball right there, see if their man can take him off the dribble.
Draw the big man to the outside or something. Tyrell Coleman fed it inside to Bolin. A traveling called. The Monarchs get a gift this time. Johnny Coleman will bring it over half court with 9 minutes to go. Johnny's got to get it out. Finds Martins with the triple threat. Hands it off to Sears. The layup falls in and a foul. Believe on Gallardo. No, it's D'Amelio. Go ahead.
Yeah, Gallardo's a nice big body in there, but when you draw him away from the basket, he does not have the mobility to get back quickly.
Foul, actually, as I mentioned, was on Vince D'Amelio, not Gallardo. That's D'Amelio's second. The team's seventh, and Sears completes the three-point play to put the Monarchs back on top by double digits, 51-41. For three on the other side, D'Amelio. Shot was a bit long. Gallardo with the rebound. The pass tipped out of bounds by Holt. Bakersfield will keep it. Knox will check back in, replacing Holt. Knox with 18 points. Martin 16. Some big scorers back on the floor for Valley. On the Bakersfield side of things, of course, Isaiah Aris with 14 for the Renegades.
5 seconds, very close to the 5 second there.
Just barely got it inbounds in time. D'Amelio back and forth with it. Now they hand it over to Aris. Offensive foul, I believe, an illegal screen. Indeed, Javier Gallardo picks up his fourth personal.
Good job, and the Monarchs are just kind of standing there holding their ground on the inside. If Bakersfield wants to just throw it back and forth on the top, that's fine. Let them just use the clock.
Gallardo predictably checks out after picking up his fourth foul. No free throws as it was on offense. The Monarchs get the ball, but not a 1-on-1 situation at the line. Now in their front court, Johnny Coleman off of the pass from Shmerienko. Johnny drives back and forth, guarded by D'Amelio, excuse me.
Nice aggressive move inside. That's going to put him to the line.
D'Amelio picks up his third foul, and there you go. Drive, draw the foul, and get the free throws, the bonus free throws, I should say.
Absolutely. That's where the advantage is going to be down the stretch. They need to take advantage of it.
Monarchs in the double bonus from here on out. That's their 9th team foul of Bakersfield's. Coleman can't capitalize on the first free throw. Only free throw in that case. So under 8 minutes to play, Monarchs still with a 10-point lead, 51-41. Driving, laying it in is Isaiah Aris. He now has 16 points for Bakersfield, who trail 51-43 now. Johnny Coleman driving over in the corner of the paint to Martins. He turns around, jump shot, won't
back
go.
Quick, gotta get back.
Bakersfield looking for a fast break basket. They get one and one. Laid up and in by St. Philston Vincent. His fifth and sixth point of the game 51-45 Monarchs. Coleman gets his third foul, and Vincent will look to make it 7 points for him by completing the three-point play. Some subs all over. Guillory back in for Bakersfield, and McIntyre for Valley. Free throw, no good at 7:21 left in the half. Shmerienko with the rebound. Against 51-45. Knox over to Shmerienko, and now Johnny Coleman. He feeds it inside to Martins, or McIntyre. His layup won't go. Shmerienko with the rebound. Falling to the floor, throws a pass around everybody's ankles. Goes off of a Bakersfield player, and nice play to retain the ball. Throw it down, earn the kickball out of it. Monarchs have it again with 28 on the shot clock. Long pass over midcourt back to Sears. Valley will take their time resetting. Again, they're in the double bonus. Bakersfield certainly don't want to commit a foul. There are two players with three personals on the floor at the moment. Again, that's Guillory and Bolin. The drive into the middle. Ball gets loose. And before the Monarchs could force a jump ball and get the ball back, Bakersfield fall on it and call timeout.
They tried to pick and roll from the top of the key there, but unfortunately it was not open, and they forced it inside.
6-point lead again for Valley, 51-45, 6:37 to go. Knox, as you mentioned, still the big offensive effort for Valley with 18 points. Eris on the other side with 16. Both teams with 4 timeouts remaining. This is the first one called of the second half.
Looks like Martin's gone to the bench for a little bit of a rest, so the question is who is going to give them an inside presence for the Monarchs?
To keep an eye on the key. Sears, a little forecourt press on Vincent. Now he sets up as Vincent breaks the timeline. And they switch. Now Johnny Coleman covering him. Tyrell Coleman with the ball. Back to Vincent. Vincent drives, loses his footing, and the ball pops out into the hands of Cody Knox. Kind of a free steal there for him. Shmerienko now with it on the Monarchs shooting end. Johnny Coleman right outside the center circle. Dribbling with it, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Coleman drives, lays it up with his right hand over the rim off the glass, and Guillory gets the rebound for Bakersfield. Renegades bring it back. Guillory out to Coleman for 3. Tyrell Coleman's shot won't go. Johnny Coleman grabs the rebound. 5.5 minutes to play. Still 51-45 Monarchs.
Martin's getting ready to check back in here in just a minute. Next dead ball.
Monarchs just throwing it around the three-point arc, letting time tick away. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Sears to Johnny Coleman, 5 to shoot. Dribbles up. McIntyre with 3 on the shot clock, goes for 3. Falls short. Eris gets the rebound. Bakersfield on the other side. Tyrell Coleman fakes out Shmerienko, but then goes to pass instead of shooting. The three-point attempt by Guillory won't go. Offensive rebound by Eris. And then an offensive foul.
Good call by the officials. That one was an obvious call inside.
No doubt about that. Warding off Shmerienko, who falls to the floor. You can't miss him. Under 5 minutes in the half. Monarchs still up by 6. Cody Knox moves to his right. Johnny Coleman now with it. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Under 4.5 to play. Knox for three. Missed the rim off of the glass. Guillory rebounds. Other way with it. Vincent underneath, underhanded layup. Falls in, nothing but net.
Nice move inside by Vincent.
No doubt about that. 51-47. Monarchs lead cut to just 4. They were up by as much as 15 in the first half. Offensive foul called against Ivan Shmerienko. And Bakersfield will get it back. Shmerienko's first. The Monarchs 6. So now Bakersfield, I mean, with Valley in the double bonus, now Bakersfield could get 1-and-1 free throws if they continue this aggressive offense and draw fouls out of the Monarchs D. Rolling it along the floor to preserve precious seconds of game time. Bakersfield now resume. Guillory to Vincent. Back to Guillory. They go back and forth with Guillory. Shot does not count. He was shooting beyond the three-point line, but an offensive foul off the ball. That's called on Bolin, his 4th. He has 4. 2 other Bakersfield players on the floor have 3 fouls. Again, that's Guillory and Eris. But as it was on offense, once again, no free throws awarded to Valley, who are dribbling around to burn some time as they can. Johnny Coleman over to McIntyre for 3 is good.
Nice elevation on that shot. It was straight all the way.
Monarchs extend their lead to 7, 54-47. There's a foul committed on the ensuing play. Martins picks up his second.
After the 3, good job by Bakersfield just getting the ball right back there. Monarchs might have been celebrating a little bit.
Free throw is good by Vincent. He has 9 points now, 54-48. Second free throw, no good. Offensive rebound by Eris. He lays it up and in, so a different kind of three-point play.
That's been haunting the Monarchs all game, giving up those offensive rebounds.
That coming off of a free throw, and quickly Bakersfield capitalizing on it. They now trail by just 4. Under 3 minutes to play in the second half. Monarchs up 54-50. Martin's back on the floor. 10 seconds to shoot. Drives it underneath. Pass over to Knox, I should say. And Johnny, oh no, it's a 3-second violation. Someone was snoozing in the key. And another lucky break for Bakersfield.
Well, again, you get the pump fake, which is rightfully so, but the person trying to establish position inside and then not getting out.
Maybe he didn't have his head up at the right time, or just wasn't counting to 3. Don't see a lot of 3-second calls in the last few games I've done, but we've seen multiple today between this game and the women's one. 2.5 to play, 54-50 Monarchs over Bakersfield, who have the ball and 13 seconds on the shot clock. Vincent going around the arc, sends it back to Guillory, across to Coleman. Coleman dribbles, drives, can't get it. 3 on the shot clock, long desperation three-pointer is good. That was like from 23 feet out.
That was a long one. We've got ourselves a ball game here.
1 possession game. Bakersfield all the way back to within 1 point of the Monarchs. 54-53. Johnny Coleman up top. Sends it to McIntyre. Triple threat opts to pass over to Sears. Send it to Johnny Coleman. 10 on the shot clock. Johnny to Sears, wide open. Fakes the shot. Makes some space. Mid-range jumper good. 56-53.
Nice step back move.
Guillory now with it. Over to Coleman. A minute 25 to go. Coleman's layup will not matter. Offensive foul. McIntyre taking one for the team. Tyrell Coleman picking up his second personal. And Bakersfield will call timeout. A full timeout with a minute and 23 left. Monarchs lead 56-53.
It's going to come down to execution at this point. Who's going to want it more?
Next Saturday, beginning at 3 o'clock, the Monarchs return home for a doubleheader with the women's game at 3, the men's game at 5. Citrus College will be the opponent in both games. Hope to see you there.
One minute and 23 seconds left in the game. It's crucial. Who's going to execute down the stretch?
Big finish coming here. A minute and 23 left. 56-53 Monarchs over Bakersfield. You're watching, of course, DJ Sears with it. Knox took Johnny Coleman over the half-court line. McIntyre now out of the reach of Eris, taking his time with it. Monarchs still in the lead, but only by one basket if it's a three-pointer. Sears with it, 4 on the shot clock. Out to Cody Knox under pressure. Shot falls short. Rebound by Bakersfield, under a minute to play. Tyrell Coleman scooping that one up. Pass up into the middle, gets broken up.
Crucial turnover. They're going to milk some clock here coming down the court.
Absolutely. Martins was right there in the paint to break up the pass and corral it for the Monarchs. Now Bakersfield having to concede fouls and free throws in order to get the ball back. Keyshawn Bolin taking one, actually fouling out of the game.
It's a questionable strategy there. They had enough time to get a stop, and then there was still a one-possession game. Instead, they put him in the line.
There were 17 seconds on the shot clock for Valley at that point, 32 and a half in regulation. Instead, Bolin fouls out. Martins, though, misses his first of 2 bonus free throws. Monarchs really need this one to make it a 2-possession game, and they do.
Big free throw right there.
A big make. And another timeout called, predictably. Valley calling it this time. Both teams with 3 remaining. It's 57-53 Valley with 32 and a half seconds left in regulation over Bakersfield.
All right, so like we were saying, it was 17 seconds left on the clock, 1-possession game. You get a stop there, you have a chance to come down. Now they make it a 2-possession game. Being a double bonus, that was quite a big chance. Although if he missed both free throws, he would have looked like a genius.
Right. The game of mathematics, as you mentioned. And clock management, of course, being part of that. And we'll see what happens. Still, this could be a long 32 and a half seconds, as many basketball fans familiar with the game might agree.
We could go 10 minutes here.
We shall see. However long it takes, you're listening live on YouTube and also on 95.1 FM, KVCM Los Angeles. That's Monarch Radio, the voice of Valley College.
Now for the Monarchs now, very important is you don't want to commit a foul. There's no reason to stop the clock and let them score with the shot, clock not moving.
Even if they hit a three-pointer, you still have the lead and the ball at that point. Force them to make something happen. Bakersfield quickly bringing it up court. Vincent over to Guillory. Guillory to D'Amelio. They bring it inside. Layup falls short. That was Tyrell Coleman trying to put it in. Looks like a contested rebound jump ball. And that is indeed the case. Monarchs had the possession arrow.
You want to get the ball to your good free throw shooters here. You want to set some screens and free them up.
Guillory attends to some moisture on the floor. Certainly don't want to be slipping on your front court. 17 and a half to play. Monarchs still up by 4. Johnny Coleman gets the pass off before the 5-second violation. And then McIntyre draws a foul. That'll be against Vince D'Amelio, his 4th. 2 free throws coming up for Valley. McIntyre has 5 points tonight, looking to make it 6 and 7. First one falls short. Still a 2-possession game. 15 seconds to go. Second free throw, no good. Rebounded by Aris, and Bakersfield have to storm the other way with the shot clock turned off. Three-pointer, no good. That was out of Coleman's hands. Tyrell Coleman rebounded by Cody Knox, and a foul. Stops play with 3.4 seconds to go. 2-possession game. This little time left. I think now would be the time when the late, great Chick Hearn might say this game's in the refrigerator, you say?
I think the Jello's jiggling here.
Free throw is good by Knox. That gives him 19 points tonight. Can he make it 20 with this next one? 3.4 on the clock. 20 points for Knox. 59 for the Monarchs to Bakersfield's 53. Last chance three-pointer by D'Amelio will not fall in. That's it, folks. 59-53. LA Valley College victorious at home over Bakersfield. What was the key there? That second part of the second half there as Bakersfield were storming back. What were they exploiting that you noticed? Or just getting the lucky calls and all that? What?
Bakersfield was getting in there and playing aggressive, and especially on the offensive boards was getting them their second chance baskets. Fortunately, though, you had Martin and Knox who came up really big for the Monarchs in the second half, and some three-pointers, some inside play. And in the end, it was just the execution that put the Monarchs over the top.
They hit them when they needed it and held on for the win.
Absolutely. Good poise on their part.
So I guess they had a 6-point lead going into the half. They end up with a 6-point lead. So that first half being the difference in some ways there. You're getting high fives courtside here. John Martin's reaching by. That's pretty cool. From a guy with a hockey background where you've got a pane of glass between you and the playing surface. It still throws me off sometimes here at the scorer's table. We'll get our final stats here in just a moment, our expert stat crew. And once again, big shout outs to everybody involved here, from the camera, our team videographer, Derek Aris. Thank you again. From left to right across our scorers table, we've got Valerie Gauthier and Francine Morales, our stat crew. Michael Gonzalez, our official scorekeeper tonight. Andrew Braverman on the scoreboard. Kevin Johnson on the clocks. We've got our public address announcer, Mark DeVore, and the DJ, I should say, music director, and when it's working, our broadcast scoreboard operator. That's George Flores of the LA Valley College Broadcasting Club. And of course, to my immediate left, Jay Gauthier. Thank you for helping out today. It's been great having you on color commentary.
Oh, it was great to be here and great to see the Monarchs come away with a sweep in both the women's and the men's division today.
The home sweep once again. That's 3 in a row here at the South Gym. So as we mentioned, 59-53, the final score. Rebounds, though, Bakersfield with 39 for the Monarchs 36 over in the game there. 16 offensive rebounds for Bakersfield, for the Monarchs 10, resulting in 12-9 second chance points. Bakersfield leading that category. Also 29 points off of the Bakersfield bench for Valley's 12. Bakersfield getting more points in the paint, 30-20. Again, we tied 27-27 in the second half, so that 32-26 first half making the difference here for the Monarchs. The Bakersfield side, 18.2% from beyond the arc, as you said, relying on points in the paint. Monarchs had 27.8 beyond the arc and 40.7 from the field. Top scorer today was Cody Knox with his 20 points, sealed at the last minute, last few seconds we should say. He also had 3 steals and 2 assists and 4 rebounds. John Martins, the third high scorer of the game, second high on the team. 17 points for him, 8 rebounds, a couple of assists and a steal. On the other side, again, it was Isaiah Ayers with 18 points and 10 rebounds. Only double-double of the game there. 5 and 5 offense and defense as far as rebounds go. He also had a block and a steal there. Johnny Coleman, 10 assists, 6 rebounds, and 6 points there. Maybe the playmaker of the game, you could say.
Definitely. That's really what's important. Those 10 assists, people don't notice it as much, but setting up your teammates for the win is huge.
Finding the guy who scores means someone scores because of you. Yeah, it's one of those unsung hero type stat categories. So Monarchs are on the road. As we mentioned, they're playing at Antelope Valley College this coming Wednesday. Then we'll be back here at the South Gym on Saturday, February 1st, as the Monarchs take on the Citrus College Owls. We'll keep you posted if we're able to get a live stream in some form up for that. Otherwise, just come out to the gym. It's a blast, as you saw here. From all of us at LA Valley College Athletics, we'll be signing off right here. Again, this is Brian Melblom along with Jay Gauthier on YouTube. And, of course, KVCM, that's 95.1 FM. KVCM Los Angeles, Monarch Radio, the voice of Valley College. We thank you for tuning in, and as always, go Monarchs. Thank you. Good night.